Hey, welcome into Shockerland. I'm Billy. This is Kyle. We have moved away from our fireplace setup because it is big time now. It is go time for the Shockers, for Shockerland, for everybody who's a college basketball fan. We are right in the middle of it now.
Yes,
it's February and exciting things are coming. What's exciting is we're not what the Shockers have previously done this time of year is, well, we have 5 more games and we're going to win them by 30 and then hope someone recognizes us nationally. No, that is not the case anymore. The Shockers have some huge regular season games still yet to play where I think it's safe to say Wichita State controls its own destiny, again, when it comes to whatever seeding they're going to have in the NCAA Tournament. So, with that, we've got the next game coming up. It's Temple, okay? Ooh. And this is another one where the Shockers have it was part of the worst week in the history of Shockerland basketball fans recently, anyway. Not the whole history,
no.
But it was bad. The Shockers lost 3 out of 6 games in a 6-game stretch, and one was the Temple, and man, that one hurt. And I didn't like that loss at all. It was overtime. It was close. It wasn't a blowout, but they lost to Temple at Temple. Well,
yes.
Thursday,
revenge game.
Temple comes to Wichita State for a revenge game. It's at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. Kyle, what do we expect out of this game?
I expect pretty much what we saw in the first game, minus the loss.
Okay.
Now, the first game, the Shockers played better than the Owls for almost all of it.
They outplayed them, yeah.
And so I expect more of the same. I expect the Shockers to pass the ball well, to feed their post extremely well, play great defense, and just I don't want to say expose the Owls because I believe they are a talented and good team, but the Shockers are better than them.
Yeah.
Like from top to bottom, as a team, they play better, they pass better, and I see that happening.
Kyle, I don't like to dwell on losses because it's a loss, and I don't want to talk about it. But sometimes you have to. Let me ask you this: in that Temple loss, is that something with that game? Do you go back and do you pore over the game film and do you look at every weakness and every missed opportunity and try to fix things and respond to it, or do you just take that game film and you roll down the bus window, which pretty sure those don't roll down, and then throw it out the window and get rid of it and set it on fire or whatever? Do you dwell on that game and try to learn from it, or do you just throw it away as a fluke?
Yeah, if I were the coach, I would watch that game.
Okay, there's something to take away from it.
Yes, there's a lot to take away from it. Okay. There was a lot of good things that happened in that game. I know Austin Reeves played extremely well. The Shockers, again, played better than the Owls for 90% of that one. And so, had the Shockers lost by, say, 20 or 30, you throw away the game footage, you flush it down the toilet, throw it out the airplane window, whatever.
Which is not possible, but yeah.
You don't watch it. But since this was a close one, you can learn from what you did right, the mistakes you made. I know they had a lot of silly turnovers in that one, a lot of very poor passing. And so they can learn from that, tweak that a bit, and say, hey, we're better than this team. We just need to change a couple little things, and we're going to beat them.
As a team, there's reason for them to want to avenge that loss. I think there's some individual guys. I think Connor Frankamp, who only got about 10 minutes of playing time in that game, I think he's got personal motivation to come back and show Temple what he's really made of. And he's had a couple games now where his confidence has been boosted again going into this one. So I'd like to see Connor step up and play some significant time and make an impact, avenging what was a poor performance and really not a lot of playing time in the game earlier. So Temple, 6 p.m. Wichita State has been favored in every single game by Vegas so far this year. Again, it's the same. Do you think is double-digit favorite, or what do you think?
My gut right now is telling me a 7 to 8 point favorite.
Yeah,
it could be a little bit more, but just I think Vegas will say, hey, Temple won that first game, and so. The Shockers are going to win. I believe they're going to win by double digits, but I would expect the line to be around 7.
I would, and here's a silver lining from that overtime loss. I'm a very positive guy. I want to, glass half empty or half full.
Oh,
half full. Here's the silver lining for the Temple game. In that loss, I think now Wichita State is more likely to be fully focused on Temple, whereas had they beaten Temple by 10, 15 points, whatever, on the road, now there's a big game coming up. And after this one, it's Cincinnati. And that one on Sunday afternoon is going to be a huge one, and the Shockers know that. It would be easy to look past Temple. it's probably less likely that they're looking past Temple now, right? After that loss, safe to say.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, had the Shockers won at Temple, they would have had, I don't want to say big heads, but they'd say, okay, we beat them at their place. We're better than them. We know it. We got this. Let's let our mind wander a little bit towards the big Cincinnati game on
Yeah.
Sunday. And so, because the Shockers lost, now I think the extra motivation comes from revenge. Let's
Yeah.
get them now at our place. We're better than them. Let's prove it on the court now. And so I think there's a less likely chance of them looking past this game.
Prove it's a fluke.
Yes.
Win, advance, go on to the stage. The stage is then set for the big game. But not yet. Not that Sunday game. Thursday night, Temple comes to Wichita State, 6 p.m. on ESPN2.